So this has been kind of the second leg of our trip. The first was Istanbul to Ankara. This is Ankara to Cappadocia. We'll take a day or two off here. How do you feel this compares?
So much easier. But I mean, that was kind of by design, right? Like our first day, we left late, took a half day. But we also chose really flat roads.
The second day we had that, we biked along that, biked up along Tuzgolu.
Yep.
What is that?
The Great Salt Lake of Turkey.
Yeah. So this is it, Lake Tuzgolu, Turkey's second largest lake and one of the largest hypersaline lakes in the world. This is all salt. During the last ice age, when it was a lot colder and a lot wetter, the level of this lake was about 300 feet higher. It is much, much larger than it is today. In the next century, in this century and beyond, we're gonna warm the climate a lot. And the question is, what happens to lakes like this? You know, will it completely disappear as it gets drier and warmer here? Yeah, so we stopped, and I thought that was super cool though, when you could tell that we were biking out of the old lake, and you could stop and look back and see like, oh, yeah, that's an old lake bottom, and we're where the shore used to be. This was all an old lake, and you can tell because it's so flat over there.
Yep.
And the shore was I think about here. You know, they said.
And didn't you say that the difference between the ice age temperature and the temperature that we could be getting to with climate change are not that dissimilar? Yeah,
they're pretty similar. I mean, so the coldest last ice age, I believe, was about 6 degrees Celsius colder the planet was on average. And you know, the best estimates are we're going to warm the planet this century by 3 or 4 degrees Celsius.
So it could be almost as different in a century as it was thousands and thousands of years ago.
That campsite the second night?
Yeah, I didn't know if we'd be able to actually camp along the shore because the road was so close to it, but
yeah,
you cleverly studied the map.
Well, it wasn't necessarily the easiest to get there. Yeah, it's just got a lot harder. We made it here after pushing the bikes across that big field. Looks like a great campsite.
Nice.
I call this amazing.
I would say this has the makings of our best campsite yet.
Kapıldım gidiyorum, bahtımın rüzgarına, ey ufuklar diyorum.
And so then that night we did our usual thing. We rolled into a town.
But we needed to get water, and the road was awful.
Right.
So we decided to go on like a little bypass road, get water in town with the idea that we'd camp between the two towns.
Right, so we biked into town and
got some su.
So it is 7:22. We have about, I would say, 20 minutes to sunset.
Let's get some water and a place to camp. Oh,
Merhaba.
look, it's a market. Su, permis? You just fill up with the hose? I don't know how to say maybe. Su, okay? Teşekkürler.
Okay? Okay, thank you. Teşekkürler. Well, so we set up our campsite, and you cook dinner. I set up the tent, try to keep our lights hidden.
There's some oil on the bottom.
We think we're going to spend the night. We start reading about Cappadocia. You make an amazing, amazing dinner.
Oh, so delicious.
So delicious.
To affect a bit of kind of an Alfredo sauce here. instead of cream, we're just using lots and lots of cheese, a little garlic powder. It's kind of more in cake form than anything else.
And then some flashlights show up, telling us we should come to their house.
Not, I would say, informing us that we will be coming to their house now. Please, thank you very much. It is cold. I don't care if you have a tent. Our house is much better. You will be coming there now, yes.
Okay, so these kind people saw that we were camping here, apparently. And they drove over and they insisted that we come to their house.
Hussein?
Okay, so now
Bakhtiar.
we're at these people's houses.
Ben Lindsay.
Hamza, ne yapıyor? İyi akşamlar, işte misin? Evde misin koçum?
I'd ask how she found us, but we won't
Bir
understand the
tane
answer.
yabancı geldi de tekeri patlamış, yoldan aldık geldik.
So what happened on the film?
Her brother speaks English and he says everything is fine and it's her sister. And he asked if you were hungry. I said no. I hope that was okay.
Alright, so now we eat another dinner.
Seconds is.
Seconds is.
Burada.
Evet.
I'm already full, but I had no problem.
Yeah, I had no trouble with that second dinner either. I was like, oh, how am I gonna do this? Ooh, I want some more food.
Yapar mısın?
Grow or produce almost all of their food. So we had like sheep yogurt, which was delicious.
Yeah.
Like a jam that she made. Cheese
that
made
she
by
made.
them. They have eggs like in their backyard.
What are you putting on, Lindsay?
Şalvar.
Şalvar.
Shut up.
Süper. Çok güzel.
Turkum.
Türk, tamam. Çok güzel. Güzeldir.
Okay, go.
Then in the morning, we also got to ask them through a lot of different ways about climate change. That was
Okay.
super interesting.
Yeah.
Because she called their friend 2 towns over who spoke English. And I was, this was at the school too, so we were at the school with these children because they brought us there.
We think because her youngest son wanted his picture.
Yeah, exactly. And so we could
Not sure.
so that we could post that on Facebook for them. And
That's
so
the other thing, like they herd sheep and sell their wool and make their yogurt, but like they have Facebook.
and they have Facebook and
On their
smartphones,
droids.
you know. Both her friend in the nearby town and she confirmed that there's a lot less snow than there used to be, and that it's a lot drier. Has the weather changed in their life?
Çok. Şu anda yani acayip şu son 2 yıldır çok kuraklık gidiyor. Kar yok, yağmur yok.
Well, and earlier, without the help of a translator, we had learned that there's just like no rain this year,
Right.
and it's making it really hard to grow crops.
Right.
That's
It
what we
is, you
got.
know, that's exactly the projections for this region, is that it's going to get a lot drier and warmer. So we're about to enter Cappadocia.
Yes, I'm very excited.
What is Cappadocia again?
So Cappadocia is an area in Turkey that has some really interesting geologic formations. It has what they call fairy chimneys, so it's volcanic tuff, very soft rock that has been sculpted into these big chimney-shaped rocks by wind and water over many years.
İyi günler. All right, so now we're gonna go see Cappadocia and one of the awesome tourist attractions of Turkey.
I think
This place is
this is more
trippy.
interesting than biking straight to Avanos.
Oh my God, this place is so nuts.
So that's the castle.
All right, you're gonna have to wait till the next installment to see what Cappadocia looks like.